The entire Koshikawa Botanical Garden, with its greenhouse and research center, is operated by the University of Tokyo Graduate School of Science, located at Hakusan, Bunkyo, Tokyo. This garden and a storehouse of knowledge for being a research center, having 1.4 million of specimens and a library of 20,000 books and journals. After the Meiji Restoration in 1877, the gardens became a part of Tokyo Imperial University and was the birthplace of Japanese botanical research, especially in terms of producing medicines. At this date, research activities are focused on the evolution, phylogenetic systematics, and physiology of higher plants. They are maintaining a greenhouse of different biomes like desert, temperate, and tropical biomes. This facility is capable of regulating the temperature so that they will be able to preserve plants. They mimic the environmental conditions of the environment where the plants originally came from. There is space for bonsai, fernery, and many other plants. This is an example of a fernery. This portion we have a cool temperate house where they try to preserve the plants from higher altitudes. The presence of this heater maintains the growth of plants that usually come from the tropical regions. Historically, there was a greenhouse usually maintained during the 18th century, but being modernized in order to cater more species and varieties of plants. They had collected thousands of varieties of plants from the different altitudes, including the temperate, the higher altitudes, and the tropics. Scientifically, the transparent glasses allows light to get in through, and converting this light into a form of heat energy, which is being trapped, making the internal environment to be hotter than the outside temperature. There are great numbers of tropical plants that are usually found in the Philippines, which I saw here, like for instance the durian, the guyabano, the sampaguita a while ago, the aswete, and the santan plants, the balimbing, different kinds of orchids, different kinds of cactus and bryophytes. There are also sections where you can find the different varieties of orchids, and these orchids are somehow usually found in my locality in the Philippines. As you can see, they are very fragrant and very precious if you are in another country. This is an aswete that is used to color the food, but it has its medicinal significance. The weather is really moist and very hot in this section to preserve these tropical plants. I have seen the different palms, the different trees, the mangrove that usually found in the Philippines. These plants fascinate people, especially those who are coming from non-tropics. I am very fascinated with this collection, especially their capability of maintaining this kind of plants for research purpose. In this facility, I am greatly amazed and overwhelmed how they give value to these plants, which are usually taken for granted way back home. There is also a sprinkler of water in order to maintain the humidity. This one is a teakwood from the Philippines. The lady sleeper orchids are also present here. It must be collected from the different trophics. They are considered to be very precious because here in Japan it is not tropical. So having maintained these plants are already very remarkable. We also have here the vanilla orchids. And different plants that I cannot recall or mention the names. These orchids are usually very common in the place where I come from, nevertheless very unique in this place.